out of bed. It's pert near daylight.
Hey, what's all the racket?
It's time to go to work, lazy bones.
But, Granny, it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Better late than never.
I'm a big city boy now. Nothing can get me out at this hour.
You want breakfast?
I'm ready, Granny.
For a city boy, you move pretty good. Your Uncle Jed's already at the table.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Ellie Mae! Oh, you're up.
Yes, ma'am. But I sure am sleepy.
You young'uns wouldn't have this trouble if you went to bed at a decent hour.
Well, I went to bed at 9 o'clock.
There you are. Now, take your rooster and put 'em out. Have some breakfast, and then we'll go down and get the Clampett Enterprises ready for business.
Friend, the bank building won't even be open. Folks in Beverly Hills don't get up this early. But
They don't, huh? You know who that is at the door?
Who?
Mr. Drysdale. He's riding into town with us.
At 5 o'clock in the morning?
He didn't stay up half the night like you did. He knows this is the best part of the day. It's the early bird that catches the worm. So, he's up, ready to go, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Mr. Drysdale.
Where am I? What happened? Granny, you called me. What's the trouble?
No trouble. We need you to open up the bank building so we can go to work.
It's 5 o'clock. The stars are out. The moon is shining.
It does make you feel good, don't it? Jed always says up at 5, you're sure to thrive. Wait till 6, you're in a fix. What kind of a day is it going to be?
Rotten.
I best go check the weather signs.
Well, doggy, Mr. Drysdale. Why, you're the first city fella I ever seen with gumption enough to get going before sunup.
Well, I always say up at 5, you're sure to thrive. Wait till 6, you're in a fix.
That's what I always say.
We're kindred spirits, Mr. Clampett.
You're wrong, Mr. Drysdale. It's going to be a fine day.
Good.
Have you had your breakfast?
Granny, you know he's had breakfast. Well, this man keeps country hours.
How about some coffee?
Well, fine, I'd love it.
You've still got on your night clothes.
What? Oh. You see, I didn't want to turn on the lights and wake my wife.
I reckon you beat her up regular.
No, but it's a great idea. Oh, you mean get up ahead of her. Well, let's go have that coffee.
You go right ahead. We'll be right with you.
Oh, thank you.
Chief.
What?
It's only 8:30. What are you doing here at this hour?
This hour? I've been here since 5:30.
How come?
I had to open up so the Clampetts could go to work.
At 5:30?
Yeah, so now on they want to open up at 5.
You're wearing pajamas.
Oh. I was so sleepy I forgot to change. Oh, I've got a suit in here.
Please put it on immediately. If someone came in here, do you realize what they would think?
What would they think?
Well, they think that perhaps you hired me for reasons other than my secretarial ability.
As a matter of fact, I did. Yes, you were cheap. You were living there for a minute, weren't you?
Just for that, I hope the Clampetts stay in the 5th floor for a year and get you up at 5 every morning.
I'm getting rid of them today. I'm bringing in a hired gun.
Gee.
No. He's just a troubleshooter, but he's the best. Cunning, cruel, ruthless, unprincipled, conniving. Oh, a beautiful man. Oh, by the way, his name is Homer Bedloe.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bedloe.
How did you know my name?
Well, you fit Mr. Drysdale's description perfectly. Sit down. You and Mr. Drysdale friends?
I don't have any friends. I hope Mr. Drysdale will find my work pleasing. I'd like to give up my job on the railroad and stay on here. A bank offers wonderful opportunities.
That's true.
You get to foreclose on mortgages, repossess cars and furniture. I'll bet it's a great kick to go and get a television set just when the kids are watching their favorite show.
May I ask what you're looking for?
Snipers. Booby traps.
Well, surely you don't suspect
Well, it's
that...
a force of habit. I didn't get to be this old and mean by being careless.
Bedlow?
Right. And you're Milburn Drysdale.
That's right.
I'd have known you anywhere. You're the spitting image of your father.
You knew Dad?
Worshipped your father. He was the meanest man I ever knew.
Oh, Dad would have loved hearing you say that.
Excuse me, Chief. Your father would have loved being called mean?
But you never met the old gentleman, did you?
No, he was gone when I started working here.
Well, I'll see if I can find a picture of him.
You know, my first job was working as an office boy for your father.
Really? Oh, I'm surprised he ever let you get away. You and Dad must have been two of a kind.
Well, of course, that was 50 years ago. I was a dumb kid, had no sense of values. I goofed, and he fired me.
What did you do?
He was flogging a debtor, and I went to her defense.
Her defense? He was striking a woman?
That was the wonderful thing about Mr. Drysdale's father. He never discriminated.
Here we are. I thought I had a picture of him around. That's my dad.
What a man. It was a privilege to have worked for him. You know, I was with him the day he foreclosed on the old soldier's home.
Really? Gee, I envy you.
He had a pile of canes and trusses and ear trumpets as high as that desk. Cleaned them out.
There were giants in those days. Now remember, if the Clampetts happen to see us together, I caught you snooping around the fifth floor here.
Right.
Now, this is Granny.
Oh, she's a dentist, huh?
Dentist, doctor, surgeon, barber, obstetrician, you name it, she does it.
Doesn't look like an educated woman.
Never went to school in her life. But she did all these things back in the hills, so she figures she can do them here. Now, this is Mr. Clampett, my largest depositor.
Looks like a nice fellow.
Yes, he is. Strange, too. Growing up, he had everything going for him. Poverty, ignorance, hunger. He could have been rotten to the core.
Turned out nice, huh?
Yes. Somewhere along the line, he went wrong.
Maybe he had a happy childhood.
That can warp a man.
Thank goodness I had your father to teach me the 3 R's. Rookin', robbin', and repossessing.
Mr. Clampett. You heard me, Bedlow. I said Jed Clampett is my friend, and you leave him alone. And stop bothering Granny and all the Clampetts. Now get out of this building before I flatten you.
Strike a man with glasses, you can go to jail.
I'd go to prison for Jed Clampett. I'd hang for Jed Clampett. I'd face a firing squad for Jed Clampett. For Jed Clampett is a prince among men. He is my friend.
Mr. Drysdale.
Stay out of this, fella. Oh, Mr. Clampett. Gee, I hope you didn't hear what I said.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I'm so ashamed I lost my temper. But I mean it, Bedlow. You get out of this building and stop bothering the Clampetts.
He ain't bothering us.
I headed him off. Now get out of here. And don't come back.
You haven't seen the last of me, Drysdale. I've got City Hall on my side.
And the Clampetts have me on their side.
I want these people out of this building.
Over my dead body.
Where's that fella want us out of the building?
Oh, he's just one of those officious meddlers. He claims that Granny doesn't have a medical school diploma or even a license to practice medicine.
As a matter of fact, I don't believe she does.
You know, he even had the nerve to ask me if you belong to the Teeth Whittlers Union or the Harness Menders Guild.
Oh, I never knew there was such thing.
Well, just ignore him. He's nothing but a nitpicker, a busybody.
Well, and I best not put up Jethro's picture and sign.
Don't tell me he's going to be an agent again.
Oh, he ain't aiming that high. He's lowered his sights considerable. He's going to be just a psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist?
Boy claims he looked up the spelling.
Also, fish clean.
Well, that was my idea. Jethro's uncommon good at it. And seems to me the two just kind of goes together.
Psychiatry and fish cleaning?
Yeah, he says that psychiatry is just listening to the folks talk. He can sure skin a catfish while he's doing that. I'd best leave it down.
No. Put it up. No one's going to push my friends around.
Oh, Mr. Drysdale, I was just coming down to your office to get you. Let's go try on this upper plate that Jed whittled for you.
Well, Granny, I'm awfully busy.
That's true, Granny. This man's been fighting our battles for us.
What battles?
There's some fella from City Hall here threatening to turn us out of the building.
How come?
Well, for one thing, he claims you don't have the proper medical education.
Me? That learned doctrine from John Hopkins?
You studied medicine at John Hopkins?
I can vouch for that. Granny rode a mule all the way to Timbo, Arkansas, just to study with John and Elvira Hopkins.
John and Elvira Hopkins.
Probably the greatest husband and wife yarb doctoring team in the history of medicine.
How long you study with them, Granny?
Oh, I took the full course. Then I done what they call postgraduate work. All in all, I was there pretty near 2 weeks.
Well, unfortunately, I'm afraid that won't impress the authorities here in California.
I'm in trouble, too, Granny, because I don't belong to something called the Teeth Whittlers Union or the Harness Menders Guild.
How about Jethro? Is there a psychiatrist union, too?
Well, I wouldn't doubt it.
Couldn't we just let the boy clean fish?
No, that's where we're really in trouble. The International Brotherhood of Fish Cleaners. But don't you people worry. I've thrown myself between you and the enemy. I shall not pass.
Well, Mr. Drysdale, you can't buck the whole state of California single-handed.
Then I'll go down fighting. From the halls of Sacramento to the shores of old L.A. I will fight my Clampetts battles and protect them night and day.
My doggies, Granny, I never realized Mr. Drysdale was such a scrapper.
He's got to have some Tennessee blood in him, Jim.
Look, Mr. Bedloe, I found another picture of Mr. Drysdale's father in the storage vault.
My hero.
He looks positively vicious.
Yeah, great guy.
Bureaucratic meddlers, I will shield them with my might. And if I should fall, there'll be a new star in heaven tonight.
I've got a great scheme to get rid of the Clampetts.
Don't you dare!
What? Well, that's what you hired me for. We're in this together.
Me? I won't betray a friend.
Good for you, Chief.
Oh, Dad, forgive me. I had a nice thought. I didn't mean it. Don't beat me, please.
Chief, your father can't beat you. He's dead and gone.
Oh, no, not Dad. If he couldn't take it with him, he didn't go.
Well, you're thinking straight now.
But why can't I be the man my dad was? He was perfect. Mean all the time.
Now that you've come to your senses, we can put my scheme into action.
Is it a scheme my dad would have liked?
I call it Operation Rotten.
Great. Now get up and win this one for the old jipper.
Well, just a minute. You're in this, too. You've got a part to play.
I have?
Sure. I'm the bad guy, and you're the good guy. You got a white hat?
Well, I can get one.
Good. Now, my scheme is I'll go up to the Clampetts and give... Is she to be trusted?
No. He's honest, kind, and generous.
Please don't use that kind of language in front of your father.
Yeah, well, tell me what. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, put Dad's picture up. It'll serve as an inspiration for me. A shrine.
How about some fresh flowers in front of it?
That's a good idea. See if you can get some deadly nightshade and hemlock.
Those were his favorites.
You're a dirty, rotten old man.
Well, Mr. Cratchit, how's Granny's hair pull this working?
That's what I'm here to find out. Well, come on over, sit down, and we'll have the unveiling. Yes. Well, how long has the poultice been on?
Oh, a week, and I'm sure glad to get it off because everybody's been laughing at me.
Well, they ain't gonna laugh no more.
Is that hair?
It ain't more.
It come in red.
Really? I had red hair when I was a boy. They used to call me Brick.
Take a look.
It's true. I'm young. I'm handsome.
You sure enough are. It'll look much better when I pomade it and comb it.
No, I like it this way. Wild and untamed. It's the real me.
Here, behave yourself.
Mothers, hide your daughters. Blake Cratchits. It lives and is on the loose in Beverly Hills.
Hey, honey. Run fetch Jethro. I think this fella needs psychiatry.
Wait a minute, Blondie. Let's go out tonight and live it up.
Jed, I think he left the polders on too long. It's drawn up some ideas along with his hair.
He can handle the hair all right, but I ain't so sure about the ideas.
Ellie says this little fella needs a head shrinker.
Ooh, don't shrink his head. His new hair won't fit him.
Come on, I'll cure you.
I don't want to be cured. Come over here, Blondie.
Now, behave yourself.
Oh, watch it, fellas. I'm a redhead and I've got a terrible temper.
Now, give me a couple of minutes to terrorize them, and then you come to the rescue. Right.
I wish Mr. Drysdale would send up the rest of his employees.
Well, don't worry, Granny. If these folks see how you poulticed hair on Mr. Cratchit, they'll come in bunches.
Well, while we're waiting, sit down and I'll give you Marcel.
All right, everybody out.
What?
You heard me. Clear out and take all this junk with you.
John!
Now, say here, mister.
Don't you touch me. I've got a writ.
Well, no wonder you're feeling so mean. Come on, sit down and I'll lance it for you.
I'm talking about a legal writ ordering you to vacate these premises. And I'm going to serve it on you right now.
Hold it right there, Bedlow.
Drysdale.
You craven coward, threatening a couple of helpless women. Come out and fight like a man.
Don't cross me, Drysdale. I've got a legal writ right here. Mess with me, and I'll serve it on you.
Come ahead. I've got a writ stopping your writ. We'll see who serves who.
Are you calling me out, Drysdale?
I'm calling you out, Bedlow.
You fool! You haven't got a chance. You're a banker, and I'm a professional writ server.
Truth, honor, and justice will speed my hand, and my strength will be that of 10. For my heart is pure.
What's going on?
They's fixing to draw down on one another, Jed.
Yeah, they both got legal writs.
I serve you first. You're wiped out, Drysdale. You lose your bank, your home, everything.
I'll gladly pay that price to save my friends, the Clampetts.
No, I can't let you do this. Mr. Drysdale, if this fella wants us to get out of the building, we'll go peaceful.
I whipped you, Drysdale.
You did not. Stand aside, Mr. Clampett. Let me at him.
Let him go, Jed. Let him fight it out. We don't want to leave this place.
No, we caused Mr. Drysdale enough trouble.
But he'll say I turned yellow, that I let down my best friend.
Well, it's better than getting wiped out. Come on, commence packing up.
Congratulations, Bedlow. You were terrific.
You were pretty good yourself.
You mean the Clampetts are gone?
Operation Rotten was a complete success.
Now we'll talk about my fee.
Ah, yes. How much do I owe you?
Give me a job in the bank and you don't owe me a penny.
You mean it?
Turn me loose in your loan department and I'll show you rottenness you never dreamed of.
It's a deal.
When do I start?
I'll get in touch with you. Have a nice trip back. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Chief, surely you're not going to hire that evil man on a permanent basis.
Of course not. But I get rid of the Clampetts, and it didn't cost me a cent.
You mean you deliberately swindled Mr. Bedlow?
That's the way Dad would have handled it.
Mr. Drysdale's office. Oh, yes, Mr. Clampett. I see. Yes. Yes, well, I'll certainly tell the chief. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Yes, well, thank you. Goodbye.
Appreciate what?
The Clampetts have decided you're the best friend they've ever had.
That's me.
They're proud of the way you fought for them, and they're not going to let you down.
You're right.
They're staying on the 5th floor and going to fight with you.
Dad, what happened? I played it your way. I was rotten to the core. I double-crossed everybody. Where did I go wrong?
Turn this whole 5th floor into a health and welfare department.
And you say it's free to all bank employees?
Yep.
I don't believe it. Not from Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, it's true. This beautiful red hair didn't cost me a penny. She did it.
The dentist?
Uh-huh.
Must be a wig maker, too.
No, it's true. It's my own hair. She grew it. Here, pull it. Run your fingers through it. Muss it out. Again. Once more.
We believe you.
I know, but I like it.
That red hair's going to get you in trouble, Mr. Cratchit.
Just call me Brick.
Hey, girls, look at this. Harness mended, teeth whittled, shoes fixed.
That's right. Mr. Clampett does that.
Isn't he the man that has $80 million in his bank?
That's right.
Who has $80 million? He has $80 million, and he whittles? He's eccentric. He's hillbilly. He's beautiful. I'll bet he's married. No, he's a widower. He's beautiful. Relax. You don't need any harness mended or teeth whittled. I got a shoe that needs fixing. Looks okay to me. How about now?
What's going on up here? Get back to your desk. What do you think this is?
It's the Employee Health and Welfare Department.
Who told you that?
He did.
Who told you?
You did.
I lie a lot. Now get back to your desk on the double scram.
But Mr. Drysdale, you told me you were going to start a comprehensive program of employee benefits.
Yes, we're supposed to get free dentistry, free surgery.
Stop using that filthy four-letter word in my presence.
What four-letter word?
Free.
Mr. Drysdale, what about the Clampetts? You promised them you'd send them all your employees. They'll be angry.
So what? When I see the Clampetts, I'm going to tell them to get out.
Mr. Clampett, Granny, get out. We've been looking for you.
We've been looking for you, too. When are you going to come in sending up your employees?
Well, here they are. I brought them up myself.
Well, that's dandy. Come on in.
Ah, here we go, children. Health and welfare time. Follow your leader.
Is it true that you fix shoes?
Well, yes, ma'am.
Look what I did.
Oh, well, I'll have that fixed in a jiffy.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, here, let me help you, ma'am.
Well, girls, seeing that there's no emergency cases, I'm going to take your leader first.
Me? What for?
I'm going to pull them bad teeth of yours and fit you with this upper plate that Jed whittled for you.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Oh, they're beautiful. Jack would love those.
Jack?
He's a poor old fellow that works with me. Hasn't got a tooth in his head.
That's what I meant by no. I was thinking of poor old Jack down there without any teeth. You take care of him first.
You mean that?
Yes. The health and welfare of my employees must always take precedence over my own personal needs.
Show me.
Thank you.
I'll go along. He might not believe his good fortune.
Well, girls, who'd like to be first in the dentist chair?
Hey!
Looks like we got us some customers today. Anybody need psychiatry?
Oh, yeah.
Well, come on, right here. Right here. Come on, right in my office. Hot dog. Looks like I found my life's work, Granny.
Why do all them girls need psychiatry?
They hates their mothers.
Hates their mothers. Why?
I'll find that out when I lay bare their ids.
No. There'll be none of that.
Granny, the id's in the brain. I reckon that's where the word idiot comes from.
More than likely.
I'll learn them to free associate their psyches and traumatize their complexes till they goes to loving their mother.
Where do you get all this talk?
I've been reading about old Sigmund Freud.
Who's Sigmund Freud?
He's the fellow that started this whole thing. Over to Vienna. That's the capital of Australia.
Granny?
Oh, Ellie, I'm glad you're here. We is crawling with patients. Mr. Drysdale is fetching them up by the batch. Now, get their names and write them down in your book. There's 5 girls in Jethro's office. You can get their names later.
Well, what is they being trained for, Doctor?
Best I can figure out is that he's giving them idiot lessons. Anyway, he's turning them into mother lovers. How come you brought along the pussycat?
Oh, well, Louise is getting ready to have baby kittens, and I didn't want to leave her home alone. Can I put her in the maternity ward?
Strictly speaking, she ain't one of Mr. Drysdale's employees.
Well, she could be. Quick as she done having her babies, she could go to work cleaning out mice.
Yeah, all right. But don't tell nobody. We'll put her in the book as a cleaning woman. Good. She ought to have more of a name than just Louise.
Well, we could call her Mrs. Cat.
Dandy. Put down that Mrs. Louise Katz was admitted to maternity this morning.
Yes, ma'am, Granny.
And mark down that it was emergency. Come on, little mama. You is the first maternity case of Mr. Drysdale's health and welfare plan. Oh, Ellie. Why don't we call the first boy Milburn Drysdale Cat?
Good idea, Granny. Did you really carve this, Mr. Clampett?
Yes, ma'am. Fetched that log from back in the hill.
It's beautiful. It's, primitive Rodin.
No, ma'am, that's Arkansas cedar. Your shoes ready?
I was referring to the sculptor. The man?
Oh, the man is Jim Owen. Your shoes ready? You want to sit down?
I'll slip it on here.
Oh, be careful.
Thank you for catching me. I wish I had a man around all the time.
You fall a lot, do you?
No. I mean, it's such a comforting feeling. A man who's tall, strong, rugged, handsome. Has anyone ever told you look like John Wayne?
No, and I hope nobody ever says it to John Wayne, neither.
Hi, it's Louise. I mean, Miss Cat.
Fine. She ain't commenced having her kittens. Babies yet.
Reckon I ought to stay with her in a maternity ward?
Good idea, Ellie. But put on your nurse's uniform. Make it look real official.
Yes, ma'am.
Come fetch me if you need help.
I will. You say this is a crow call?
That's right. You just blow on that a couple of times and an old crow will come right to you.
I thought you meant a bird.
Well, Ted, I see you got her shoe fixed.
Yep, she's ready to go back to work.
No, I'm not. I mean, she hasn't checked me over.
She's right, Jed. There's more to her than just feet.
I'll grant you that.
Step right over here, honey. I'm either going to have to lengthen that dress or shorten them legs. What's your name?
Carol Bennett. Swingmore Apartments. Crestview 5, 7399.
Are you married?
No. I live all alone at the Swingmore apartment. Rescue 57399.
I ain't hard of hearing, honey. Now, I'll check them teeth. Oh, yeah. Fine. Dandy set of teeth. Just perfect. Even Jed couldn't whittle them no better.
I'm glad to hear I have perfect teeth.
Yeah. But I'm gonna have to soundproof them gums. Or take a tuck in your lips. You got too much voice for the size of your mouth.
I can't find enough secretaries to type these documents.
Oh, they're up on the 5th floor getting health and welfare from the Clampetts. Go round them up.
Right. Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
Uh-oh, bad. Carol Bennett's up there.
Who's she?
A new girl, a nightclub singer. It is my opinion that she took a job here only to get a line on your biggest depositors.
Jed Clampett.
Precisely.
Well, why did you hire her?
I didn't.
Well, I should have screened her.
You did?
What did I say?
Wow.
Oh, Mr. Drysdale, I done psycho these here secretaries. They don't hate their mothers no more.
Good, good.
They hate you.
Well, the feeling is mutual. Now get back to your desk. There's work to do.
Oh, but Mr. Drysdale, I found out why they hate you. You just give me the word, and I can cure them like that.
Then can I go back to work?
Just like that.
Great. You cure them.
You heard him, girl. Everybody gets a raise.
I don't like to hurry you, Doctor, but Miss Bennett here is needed at her desk.
Well, I'm done with her, but she says she wants to take lessons from Jed.
Oh, what kind of lessons?
Harness mending.
Let's go.
She don't want to take time off from work. She says Jed can come up to her place at night.
Oh, it's a fine girl. Very ambitious.
Oh, that's the truth. You don't find many girls wanting to mend harness these days.
Bye, Mr. Wayne. Mr. Clampett.
Doctor, you're needed right away in maternity.
Maternity?
Yes, sir. Mrs. Katz is about to have a baby. Hurry, Doctor!
Who is Mrs. Katz?
She works for you. She's a cleaning lady.
Oh, Granny, wait! Granny, wait! Wait! That cleaning woman can't have her baby here.
Ain't this the health and welfare department of your bank?
Well, yes, but I'd better talk to her.
Are you the baby's father?
Of course not. But I'll get in touch with him.
Well, you don't know who the father is.
You don't know well, isn't she married?
Strictly speaking, no.
Well, Granny, that woman should be in a hospital with a real doctor.
Real doctor.
Hurry, Doctor!
If this gets out, I'm ruined.
Mr. Drysdale.
You're fired.
Really?
Yes, really. You go back to singing.
That's a good idea. I'll start singing right away.
Bye.
I'll sing to the newspapers, the health department, TV, radio.
You wouldn't.
Oh, yes. They love these unwed mother stories.
You're hired again with a raise and a bonus.
What kind of a bonus?
Free lessons in harness mending at night from Mr. Clampett at your place.
Dad, I know you've gone to that great bank in the sky, or wherever it is, but you always said if I ever really needed you, you'd find some way to communicate with me. Well, Dad, I really need you. Please send a message to me. Listen, Dad, I'll tell you what I'll do. You know that little church in the valley, the one you always thought was so quaint and pretty? Well, if you'll get me out of this mess, I'll go out there right now, and in your name, I'll foreclose on it.
I'm sorry, but I'm unable to trace this Mrs. Katz.
That's obviously a phony name she gave Granny. She isn't even married.
Unwed mother?
If this story ever gets out, I am ruined.
Mr. Drysdale, old Jack says you can have the teeth back. He can't use them.
Why not?
Well, he says how much you pay him, he can't afford to buy solid food.
You hear that, Dad? That's gratitude for you.
It's him. Rosemary's father. The Prince of Darkness.
Mr. Drysdale's father?
Oh, I worked for him 40 years ago. I was 6 foot tall then, but he beat me down.
Don't be frightened of Mr. Drysdale, Senior. He died many years ago.
Oh, I'm not so sure. I said then we should have driven a stake through his heart. I forgot. Mr. Clampett whittled this for you. He said, being a bird watcher, you might like to have it. Oh, dear.
Stop making that silly noise and get up to the maternity ward and see how Mrs. Katz is doing.
Right, Chief.
Please, Dad, get a message to me. Give me a sign.
Dad! You'll come back.
You're going to help me. Oh, look, I got your picture up. I'm proud to be your son. Dad, you know the spot I'm in. Tell me what to do.
Got a message for you, Mr. Drysdale. Granny told me to tell you the cleaning woman had a boy.
Is everything all right?
I reckon so. They named him Milburn Drysdale Cat.
They named it after me?
Yep. They'd like to name the second one after your wife.
It's twin?
Oh, no, sir. Triplets. They ain't named the third one yet.
Dad, what'll I do? Oh, don't turn your back on me. I need you. Talk to me. Please. Dad.
Drysdale, is she talking to that crow?
That's no crow. That's my father.
How'd you like to come up to my psychiatry office? The couch is empty right now.
Go away, Jethro. Leave us alone. Dad won't talk to me while you're here.
Sure, I'll go. But I best take this along with me. It looks kind of sharp. Sure nice seeing you, Mr. Drysdale. You too, Mr. Drysdale. Bye. Miss Jane, he needs help.
You're telling me. Well, Chief, I have the latest bulletin from the maternity ward.
Yeah, it's triplets.
No, quintuplets.
5?
Yes, and more on the way.
Oh, no. Did you hear that, Dad? Dad. Don't leave me now. I need you. Dad. Come back. Coward. Deserter. Oh, you really are mean and rotten.
Did I hear you refer to that crow as Dad?
Yes, he came from the other world.
He flew in here in answer to a call.
And flew out when I told him what the call was about. Chicken! If that's the newspaper, I'm not here and you don't know anything.
Mr. Drysdale's office. Oh, yes, Ellie. What? 7? Yes, I'll tell him. Chief.
I heard.
Well, where are you going?
To the nearest bar.
Well, go to one that doesn't have a television set. If this news gets out, they'll beam it off the satellite.
Look, this is too big to hide for long, especially with Carol around.
Speaking of Carol, that girl acts as though she owns this bank.
She may.
Oh, howdy, Miss Carol.
Oh, what's the latest on Mrs. Katz?
Had a dandy bunch of young'uns, 7 in all.
7? That must be a world's record.
Oh, no. Back in the hills, I've seen as many as 12 or 13.
Well, Mama and the young'uns are doing just fine. Ellie Mae and Jethro's going to take them all up to our house.
The mother's in there, too?
Yep.
Is there room?
Oh, sure. She had her last babies in a hat box.
May I have a look?
Sure, but don't scare now.
It's a cat!
That's right. And we'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Mr. Drysdale.
He thinks she's a cleaning woman.
Don't worry. I won't tell.
I'll be back directly in case you need cycling. I can talk Mr. Drysdale into giving you a raise.
He already gave me one. And I think I better start earning it.
I wonder when the rest of Mr. Drysdale's employees is going to come up.
You know, I kind of wish they don't show up. Tell me if I ain't getting kind of homesick.
Me too.
Where is everybody? The maternity ward is empty.
Oh,
No, Jethro and Ellie Mae took the mama and the babies home to our house.
Are they all right?
Oh, sure. You can stop worrying about them. They're fine.
Oh, bless you. But I'd still like to find that father.
Well, if it's any help to you, the last one looked like a Persian.
Persian?
Oh, that don't mean nothing, Jed. Two of them look like Siamese.
Mr. Drysdale, would it come as a big blow to you if we was to move back home?
You mean leave? All of you?
We won't go if it's going to put you in a bind.
Oh, no, not at all. You've done enough. In fact, you've done too much.
All right, we'll commence packing quick as Jethro gets back with the truck.
No, don't wait. Go now. Miss Hathaway will drive you, and I'll have all this stuff sent out by truck.
Oh, would you like to have this as a souvenir?
Well, thank you. Beat it, Dad. I don't need you now.
Howdy, ma'am.
Hello. Is this the health and welfare department of the bank?
That's right. How soon are you expecting?
Oh, any time now.
Well, step right into the maternity ward.
Wait a minute. Who's she?
One of your employees, I reckon.
I've never seen you around this bank.
I work nights. I'm a cleaning woman. Last time I had triplets.
Well, maybe this time we'll do better.
Don't stand there. Help me get this door open.
The elevator ain't there.
I know.